Hello, friends. Namaste. Good morning or good evening, everyone. This is Lavanya. I live in Australia. So I'll be the host for this session with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. I would like you to welcome back to the Divine Breath YouTube channel, PSSM Australia, initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society Movement. So the core principles of Pyramid Spiritual Society movements are meditation to expand our energy field, vegetarianism, and the practice of ahimsa to experience oneness in our physical reality, pyramid energy to amplify the elevated energy field around us, and spiritual science to chisel the intellect for the advancement of humankind. All of these can be integrated into our daily life, such as everyday practice of meditation, reading the right spiritual books, listening to the experiences of our spiritual friends and masters, and sharing the knowledge with one and all. Keeping in line with the principles of sharing this wisdom and reading the right spiritual books, in the coming days, you will have a unique opportunity to expand your intellect and evolve through these experiences that will come through to us from the gift that is given to mankind in the form of a book. The book is named The Power of Subconscious Mind, written by Joseph Murphy. So today, Sohana Dodle from California will be sharing with us her insights of this book. So today we will be starting with a short meditation and then Sohana Dodle will go through this book. So with this, I would like to welcome back Sohana Dodle.
Thank you. So yeah, let us start our meditation and then let's continue with our session.
Sure.
So guys, this is Sohana, and I want to give a very brief introduction, but maybe after the meditation session. But let me just tell you before getting started into this meditation, it's very simple. All you got to do is wherever you are, please be seated in your comfortable posture on beds or sofas or wherever you feel comfortable. And in this meditation, we are going to make a circuit with our body. So one is clasping your fingers and crossing your feet, closing your eyes and watching your breath. So all you got to do is very simple. Make a circuit with your body, close your eyes, relax yourself and just observe your breath. And that is all you got to do. And the whole intent of doing this is to free yourself from everything that you have kept on building within yourself. So just try to be very limitless, infinite, and don't stuck on to whatever is coming into your mind. Let it just flow free. So this is all just an introduction. So now let's get started. Please be seated. Wherever you are, come back and have a very stable mind. So yeah, Lavanya Garu, shall we start the music? As you relax into your body, just try to get back to yourself, to this world, with the lots of peace that you have attained according to your comfort. Place both of your hands on your eyes, at least for 5 seconds, to open bright. So, shall I start?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. This is Sohana Dodle. I live in California, Bay Area, United States, and I have recently completed my master's from computer science, and now I'm working in the same firm, no doubt. So now I'm gonna talk about a book called Power of Subconscious Mind. So let me tell you, I have a story for this. I have started, like, I'm 23 years old. So when I started meditating, that time I was almost third standard or fourth standard. I clearly don't remember, but it was just based on my family force. Now based on religions, like what all we do, if we are that, we go to temple, and we just do our rituals. So just like that, for us, it was meditation was a ritual, mandatory. It was a rule book. Whatever you do, we had a family gatherings and family events, occasions, whatever it is, we used to take time. All the elder people in our home, they used to make everyone sit, and it was a meditation session. So for every 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that they used to make us do this meditation, and then everyone used to get back into their works, have fun, enjoy, have food, and then leave. So it was like that. And a great change that what I've observed in my family was, before meditation, like we got introduced to meditation, all the family members, all my mom's sisters and aunts and everyone, all the women who are so fond of gossiping, right? So those people, what they used to do is, they used to keep on doing this gossiping thing. But after meditation, they started doing satsang, no matter wherever they were or we were. So that is how even we have, all the kids of my generation with me, my cousins, we all have grown up with just the spiritual knowledge, the universal truths. So these are the laws of universe. So this is how we gotta behave, we gotta act, we gotta think, the all the eightfold path. So everywhere, every time, it was just the same discussion. So that, I don't know, somehow I was very fond of this thing. Like, I am a person who always looks for stability, for a balance. So in that journey, in that search, everything changes. So all this materialistic world, this physical world, it's all, it has time, right? On this space, it has time. Everything has its own lifespan. So things keep on changing. I i i always wanted something which doesn't change. I just want to feel secure with something that I have it with me. So that made me get into this. That made me start continuing. Not all of my cousins do that. Not all of my family does that. So just the thirst that I had to make myself, to put myself on a balanced path, and to make myself in a stabilized state, I just somehow took this. And in this journey, something that I always cherish is, these days, I can see our Guru Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji Garu. It's so rare that you can't just take, he can't, you can't get the alone time with him to explain your problem, explain your suffering, that what you're going through, and have a very good solution. And it's not fine if your guru just tells you one single word and go follow, and that doesn't fulfill, right? So you need all the things that where, like, how to go, what to do, like what you have to follow. And after I've started meditating since my third standard, fourth standard, my first spiritual teacher was Arpita madam. She was a past life trainer. So she said, I was very scared of those terms, and also I was like, oh my god, I'm not doing that, because I'm very sensitive and I'm very emotional. So I'm like, what if I just get make myself stuck somewhere, and what if I just don't lead my life normally with my parents, and this is not fine. So I was like, okay, let me I asked her, apart from past life, what all courses you have. Then she said, I have something called a rebirthing session. So I was like, I asked her, what does it mean? So she said, it's a start to your new beginning, so you can just leave all your snake layers. The snake, how it sheds its skin after every season, like that you can just leave your thought patterns, and that can help you in moving forward. So I was like, okay, that was something when I was in 12th standard. So after that, I got into my professional course, my engineering, and everything was you know uh, busy. But somewhere, my parents or my family, my aunt and my uncle, they were like, wherever there is patrishas or sessions or meetings, and they used to take me there. I mean, like, we all used to go there. So I was somewhere, I had a touch with it, but not, I never started myself that pure journey. So but I have started seeing the differences, between a spiritual person who was following it and the normal person. This was the great example that when I was in my engineering, I studied in a women's college where it is full of feminine energy. Like everywhere, everyone is like very powerful and like that. So I can see that. So among all of those, I don't know, in every situation, though my friends, they got stuck in particular things, but I used to never be that. Somehow I used to get lucky. I used to just cross that situation, and everyone started telling me, what are you doing? Why are you becoming so lucky? And it's like in one semester, I can clearly tell, I had my sister's wedding, and that was not a very great reason to skip my semester exam. But I had to do, because she was my elder sister and the first kid in our family. So it was very, this thing for us. So I skipped my exam, and I thought my lecturer would fail me. And after wedding, I just went and told her that, Mom, I had a wedding, so I couldn't come to the exam. Then she saw all my mehendi art, henna art, and she was like, oh, you really been to a wedding? Then I said yes. She said, okay, that's okay, not a big deal. I can give you a paper, and you can do it in the staff room along with me after your college hours. Then after my college hours, 4:30, I went back to the staff room and I asked her, ma'am, now I think I can do the exam. It's like, if it's different if you do with all your friends, and it's different always when you do it alone, and you don't know even she can do viva in your written exam also. I was scared. The moment I went there, I asked her, she said, that's okay. I think I can just do proxy for you. Then you don't have to write the exam. And I was like, I'm not serious. Then she said, yes, you can leave and I can just mark your things. Then she gave me full on full marks. And that was the most, experience that I always cherish. Like, this is just the one. I have bunch of, in that season. And after that, the moment I was planning to come to United States for my professional course, uh, I couldn't leave my family. I was very emotionally attached, and I was like, not ready. But somewhere, all my cousins, all my friends, my age group people are going, and my parents are like, you have to do. And my parents, from their point and from their profession, they're very successful, and they're like, they even want me to be that competitive enough. But I was like, I just can't do that. Whatever it is, I can just do it here. But that is when I had many obstacles coming in my way, because this is the concept of this book. Subconscious mind was asking me to stay with my family, wherein my conscious mind has a need to come here and do all the things like everyone. So I impressed that emotional baggage on my subconscious mind. You know what disaster I had? I had a visa rejection. For not one time, I had it for 3 times. And I was like, seriously, this is not something I can take. It's like I should have a choice to go or not. Like, I cannot I don't want all the doors to be closed. And I was like, okay, I made a mistake. I kept on affirming that, I can't live without them, and I can't go there, and I don't know what to do. And I kept on doing this, and now this is what had happened. That is when, the first time, as a student, as a guru, I went to Patri sir, and I didn't even utter a word. But after some time, it was all preparations going on for Dhyana Mahachakra in Kartal. So it was prior the event started. It was 2-3 days. All the arrangements were going on. Then there I met him and I said that this is what had happened. Then he said, you're full of fear. You're full of nervousness, and he asked me to, just go and meditate. That's it. You have to do nothing, just go and meditate. I don't know, like, for 15 days straight I meditated, like, 15 days straight. That was the season where the like the visa time was done. Like, that was the visa season for all the F1 students, and the time was done. And after that, there are approximate sayings that, people gave the predictions that they're not gonna stamp on H1 visas now, because the admission time is done, so you gotta wait for the next semester. And almost after the season, when everything went faded away, I just had almost a week for my coursework to be started, because I got an admit, I got my I-20. In 1 week my master's is gonna start. I got this slot. I went for a visa. I was exhausted with this, so I actually went on another consultancy, and I was looking for the UK master courses. Somehow I wasn't agreeing, or I wasn't taking the fact that, am I going to UK, and like, this is not fine, and my target was United States, and how is this happening? Then somehow, I don't know, I went for UK, but I turned to the US table, and I went and spoke to the woman, and I told her all my story. This is what had happened. She said, that's not a big deal, anytime you can hope for something good. And then she took me. The moment we saw, I had the visa slots available. I just booked it. I went, and this was the most magical story ever. I went to one of the lobby, and there the person exactly looked like Patri sir. The same beard, and the same texture and everything, very heavy and like that. And the moment I saw that, I was shocked. Like, what is this? He didn't even ask me anything. He just took my passport and he asked me to go. I came back to sir right after that, and I said, did you come then? And he was like, everything happens like this. And that was my first time. That is when I started actually sharing my spiritual knowledge. When I went to him, by then the Dhyana Mahachakra has been started. Then on the stage, he gave me mic, and he asked me to, start telling, like, you have to give your word or your experience, whatever you had. And that was my first time that I started sharing my experience. And every time I just take some time off for myself. I rejuvenate myself with all the new knowledge, that upgraded knowledge that I am gaining. And then again, I come back and I keep sharing it. So this was the tragic story of my subconscious mind impressions. So now, this book, The Power of Subconscious Mind, my mom is a very person who reads lots of books. she's a very intellectual person. She keeps on reading some or the other book. So we had a almost small size library in our home. So in that room, I always saw this book called Power of Subconscious Mind, but I never intend to go and open that book and read. But once I started digging in my own journey, and that is when I just got this book called can you see this? Oh no. Then I think I should turn off the. Just a second.
Now we can see. Yeah, that position
Okay,
is
yeah,
fine. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So this is the book. So this book is written by Joseph Murphy. So Joseph Murphy, there are many books that he had written, and I have a very blind obsession on the authors because I really love every author has their own perception, own expression. The way they express it, I just can't stop myself to leave the book in between. I just keep on going, and the way they take out the point and the way they interact with that book. And it's so amazing. So Joseph Murphy, by default, he's from Ireland, but later on moved to California. And then he, by default, is a chemist. So it's this is the beauty. Most of the authors or most of the speakers or spiritual scientists, they come with the background of chemist or physicist. So what happens is, if you're a chemist or a physicist, that is when you understand so clearly about this constellation, the solar system, this universe, and the chemical formations between everything. So if you're a physicist, you can understand every formation or every existence in this constellation, in this universe, in this solar system. If you are a chemist, you can understand what is happening, the energy formation within your body. Because your body is a big chemical industry, right? Everything, if you feel good, and it's one kind of chemical is being released. If you feel sad, one kind of chemical is being released. So he comes from a chemical background, he's a chemist. So that is how he understands every atom, every matter, like matter, how they are aligned together, for something to be functioned in this way, for some other things to be functioned in this way. He has a very clear idea. So that made him write this book. Why we need chemists to talk about mind? Because if you can just go into your body or see your anatomy of your body, you can't find mind. You can't find the part called mind. Mind is invisible. There is only brain. So there is nothing called mind. Then where is the mind? Mind is invisible because mind is an energy. If energy is an invisible and energy has no form, whichever medium it enters, that form it takes. So mind is in the shape of our body. So mind is not of two types. Like it's not one conscious mind, and there are no two minds. One mind, like we are a human being. Sometimes we feel happy, sometimes we feel sad. Like we have characteristics, right? Just the way mind also has two characteristics. One is conscious mind, one is subconscious mind. So one mind, conscious mind, is all objective. Objective is very limited, materialistic world, based on this. Objective is something based on the time lifespan, from here to here. If you just do this and I'm okay with you, if this place is serving me good, then I'm okay with you. See, if a very successful person on this planet called earth says I am the most happiest person, because he has everything. And if you again consider a person who is very sad, lacking in faith, and he says I really hate this planet, and I don't know why am I even living. So that makes objective, and the subjective mind is something related to the another worlds, related to the another universes. So your subjective mind rules objective mind. When your subconscious mind is ruling your conscious mind, that is when we say we are conscious. When your subjective mind is ruling your objective mind, that is when we are mindful, we are conscious. When we are only with our objective mind, when we are only with the conscious mind, we are not conscious, we are not mindful, we are not aware. So this is the point that he is trying to portray from his perception, and I'm so good at reading and narrating things, so watch out. I am sharing the screen. I have made a slide, only that not to forget any point. But now this is a task. Okay, so power of subconscious mind. The first thing that when we get into the picture that he starts telling us is treasure house within you. So there is a gold mine within our body, within our creation. There is a gold mine. Can you see the picture onto the right side of the screen? So that's the gold mine in your heart. So he says like what all it has in the treasure house within you. The first thing is he is asking everyone to open your mental eyes. When it comes into the consideration of mental eyes, it's not something supernatural, it's not something superstition. There is a girl called Suhani Shah. If you go to the YouTube and type Suhani Shah, or if you just Google that name Suhani Shah, then you realize she's a mentalist. So what she does is she wrote multiple books on unleashing the hidden power. So she always had a dream, like everyone will have their own dreams, ambitions, right? To become a doctor or engineer. Her dream was to become a magician. So when she took the professional course called magician, like for a magic thing, then she found many courses about mentalism, cognitive brain structure, neural networks. So with all this, she had become a mentalist. So it's not something superstition or it's not something supernatural. It's a profession. People do it. So it's very simple. So what does it mean? Open your mental eyes. Mental eyes is, what we usually do when we don't understand ourselves completely. It's very hard for us to understand something else or some other people. Just the way, if you don't understand your mental eye structure, whatever it is, how can you understand the other people's mental structure? Everyone has been destined with their own unique requirements. Everyone is their own unique journey, right? So if everyone are in their own paths, you can't expect someone to be in your way. How would you know what is your unique path, what is your own unique journey, and someone else's unique path and someone else's unique journey? That only happens when you open your mental eyes. Open your mental eyes is nothing but breaking your old belief patterns. I can just say breaking your old belief patterns, something which is making you fail in the situations is your old belief patterns. If you have to keep on changing, our guru always keeps saying that you have to keep on updating your belief system, keep on updating your belief system, then that is when you stay updated. So it's just that open your mental eye. Mental eye is not something different, it's just that you are releasing your old belief patterns. And the second one is all the biggest sufferings is just based on limited way of thinking. If you limit yourself for your profession, for your friends, for your family. Just this is my family, they are not my family. They are my friends, they are not my friends. So if you keep on limiting yourself, you will get disconnected to the limitless. So limitless is something infinity. So the treasure house is infinity within you. So in the infinity, there is always a treasure house. And that let us see in the further slides. The next one is extract everything. You need to live life gloriously, joyously, abundantly from the gold mine. So he says that there is a scope that you can extract everything. There are many book titles, right? Ask, it is given, and you will be provided. This universe has abundant, which is sufficient for everyone, abundantly sufficient for everyone. So it has so much to give it to everyone according to their own needs and requirements. And the last one is gold mine of infinite intelligence and boundless love within themselves. So gold mine of infinite intelligence, something we get to see in the next slides, and boundless love within themselves. If you understand the infinite intelligence, automatically you start generating boundless love. You will have unconditional love. So yeah, this is the important thing. So there are two kinds of people. One with confidence and faith, one fear and doubts. It can be vice versa. Okay, sometimes confidence and doubts, faith and fears, or faith and doubts, faith and doubts, confidence and fears. Yeah, it can be either ways. So these are the very four terms which people are holding. So the right combination that we must have is confidence and faith and fear and doubts. So this is the combination that we actually live in. So what happens is, here the author clearly asks that there are two types of people: one who are always magnetized, one who are demagnetized. So one with the magnetized are confidence and faith, one with the fear and doubts are demagnetized. So he says an example that if there is a metal bar, if it is magnetized, it can lift something 12 times of its own weight. The same metal bar, if it is not magnetized, it cannot even lift a feather. So he says that if you have confidence and faith, it's very easy for us to even move the mountains. And the next one, yeah, this is the concept of magnetized and demagnetized. So here there is a concept called the whole book revolves around the concept called magnetization. So if you magnetize yourself, how will you get magnetized? What can you do for it? First is feeding yourself with good thoughts. Second one, how can you feed yourself with the good thoughts? If you're always with the fear, if you are always with the doubts, and if you yourself is not allowing for the good thoughts to generate, happy thoughts, peaceful thoughts to generate, see, most of us have a biggest problem. We are in a trouble, we are in a suffering, thinking that maybe I can't do that, maybe I can't afford it, maybe uh, I just don't know how to go ahead. In that time, yes, we know, we see many affirmations, we see many motivational things for us to rejuvenate. And when you see that, most of the manifestation affirmations say, yes, I have it, yes, I can do that. In that suffering, you feel that when you say those things to yourself, you start feeling, am I lying to myself? It's a pure lie, because I'm in a suffering. And how can things just start changing? Will that happen? It's just that I'm lying to myself. So, just the way it's that he says you're not lying to yourself. That's the biggest problem we have. We can't make ourselves believe, right? That's the problem of belief. We are not believing, we are just thinking that we are lying to ourselves. So how do you magnetize yourself? One, with the thoughts, always. One, with the mindfulness. Mindfulness is always staying with your breath. If you are always with your breath, it's very easy to make yourself believe whatever it is. I can just give you my own example. If someone is giving me hard time, or someone is not letting me do my things in that time, if I am disturbed, or if I am not with my breath, I start get into anger so easily. In that anger period, what I do is I just get back to myself, and this is not the way. You have to understand the situation or the other person. Why are you not with your breath? You have to be with your breath. First, I make myself align with my breath, and then I start feeding right thoughts. Probably they might have an issue. They might be in the suffering. That is why they are giving suffering to other people. Probably they might need of help. I just can't be so angry, and I start being normal. After being normal, after being with your breath, and that is when you start magnetizing. Everything starts changing, trust me, everything. And you get to see the signs even that way. So whenever you're demagnetized, and these days in this world, everyone is demagnetized. Don't we see that? Everybody, no one is stabilized, or everybody is not consistently magnetized for some or the other thing, or some or the other point. We feel ourselves that we are demagnetized. Some side we are magnetized, some side we are demagnetized. We have that shades. So the treasure house is within you. Look within for the answers to your heart's desire. How beautiful it is. So it's just that I just told you just now that whenever I stabilize, I aligned with my breath. For the same situation, 2 minutes ago I had a very disastrous reasons or disastrous thinking about the situation or the person who made me angry. Just within after 2 minutes, after stabilizing, I will have a very compassionate and kind thoughts about the person or the situation. So just the way, if you just see within your heart, or if you just give it some space, and that is when you see the answers to your desire heart is something we can see in the further slides. So completely end of the day, he says there is a treasure, and that treasure is something called infinity. So this one is okay. If you understand that there is something infinity within us, then he's trying to tell us the master secret of ages. That the master secret of ages is nothing but the great secret possessed by great men of all the ages was their ability to contact and release their power of their subconscious mind. So the infinity is nothing but your subconscious mind. That's the secret. So he said that, see, there are many people who did this. There are many people who discovered their own infinite power, and they could do many things. For example, Gautam Buddha, Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya, Brahmarshi Subhash Patriji garu, the living example. There are many examples that we can see who had completely uh, you know um, Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya. There are many stories, or the life story about him. In one of his stories, that he can create. I mean, he can just give life to a being. He can just uh, you know destroy the life of a being. He can create, and he can be constructive and destructive either ways, according to the situation, or according to his thing. So just the way, that was one of the fascinated thing for me. How can a person give life to the another being, and how can he just uh, make it vanish or make it disappear completely? How can you just do that? And that was a magic for me. So it's just that that's the secret of your subconscious mind. If you keep on practicing, if you keep on uh, using your subconscious mind, and even you end up doing the same thing. So yes, can you see something in the background? Blue color mind and red color mind. So this is just it. The blue is objective and the red is your subconscious mind. What looks in this color is your heart, the red. So your heart is the point of contact to your subconscious mind. Without your heart, your subconscious mind is pointless. So here he says that last place most of the people would seek it. What is the last place? Your subconscious mind. Samadhi. Samadhi sthiti. So that is the place where a person in the last could seek it. So it's just that everybody, either you start your life in this world, you end your life in this world, or go to some other worlds, wherever you are, it's always your subconscious mind. Where do you reside in? You reside in your subconscious mind. The marvelous power of your subconscious mind. You can bring into your life more power, more wealth, more health, more happiness, more joy by learning to contact and release the hidden power of your subconscious mind. Have you ever realized most of the time we, uh, it's very good to go to the pilgrimage places, go to the temples. It's good because everybody in the temple, why temples are powerful, do you know that? Because no one in the temple sits and think of something negative. Everybody in the temple hopes for good, will have faith. It's always lots of positive energy releasing there. That is why temples are powerful. I feel temples are very good places for meditating, for meditation. So it's just that most of the time, you know what happened? I'll tell you my experience of dealing with gods and temples. By learning to contact and release the hidden power of your subconscious mind, it took so long for me to believe that there is something within you, within us, within a human body. So most of the time I was a very devotional person. I feel very secure, very safe going to the temples, having contact with the gods. You know, that thing I used to feel very safe. So that time, for everything what all I wanted, I used to depend. I used to completely depend that, you know, God, if you give me this, I'm gonna do this, and it was a deal. And I used to be like that. And I used to just be on the rituals most of the time. I don't know why, but these days I hardly go to temple. I, though I'm planning to go, you know, I'm just getting to hear some of the other thing from the universe that you don't have to. And that is when I started again meditating more and more and more. And now I go to temple. One subjective mind and the differences in how to know what the one is. And there, either of these minds at any given point of time, or have you planned to cover this later? Yes, it is there in the later slides. Oh no, yeah, it is there in the later slides. I couldn't. I don't know your name, but yeah. So it's just that most of the time we depend on the religious figures or religious representations, but most of the time we don't understand that there is something within yourself, within your body. And always you don't have to go to temples, or you don't have to go to some places and ask someone that, you know, can you do this to me, can you do that to me. You know, most of the time, I'll tell you one example. I actually wanted a help from one of my friend. I had a project work to be done. That was my need. I had to go and ask the other person. right? Definitely that's my need. I was just sitting and I was just hoping that, I just want this work to get it done somehow. I just randomly got a call from the same person asking me that, do you have this material? And I was like, I was just about to call you and I was thinking to call you. Then the person was like, yeah, it's okay. I have already done this and you can see the approximate values and then you can start yours. I just got it. And whatever you keep on impressing on your subconscious mind, you attract it. The biggest example of power of subconscious mind is, what? Law of attraction, the secret book. That's the biggest example. Whatever you are impressing, what happens is, coming to the magnetizing and demagnetizing, always either it's a positive thought or a negative thought, whichever is intensified so much. You are happy 10%, fearful 90%. Then your fearful thought will come into the manifestation. So whatever you are intensifying consistently, this you're worried about a lot, and that happens. So most of the time in this book, he always says that if you want to attract something, be thrilled. The joy behind that, yes, I'm about to get that and I'm about to do this. So you should be that thrilled to unleash the power that whatever your subconscious mind is having within it. So this is just that we got to believe that there is something infinite power within us. And the next one is, you need not acquire this power, you already possess it. We already have that. That is why we say that, awareness, mindfulness, awaken. It is there, but not in use. We are not using it. So all you gotta do is use it. How can you use it? It's just a matter of a thought. If you ask yourself, let me just test on something, that would this work or no? Have that thought with a no behind beliefs. And that is when it can work. And the next one is, yes. So do you want to know how to use it? How to, yep. Now he says that after write this, from now onwards, you have to decide now to make your life grander, greater, richer, and nobler than ever before. Who's going to provide all this? Your conscious mind is always changing, is never stabilized. Wherein your subconscious mind, that's the universal truth. The laws never change. So he just says that if you rely on something which is stable, which is stabilized, and that is when you start seeing things consistently into your favor. Something which keeps on changing, how can you expect a good result? Now it's in a phase A, then if it changes into phase B, you can't expect a return from phase A when it is already moved into phase B. It takes a lot. We lose a lot of time, lot of energy, lot of suffering. And if you understand the laws of this universe, this universal truth, it's always the right path you're on, the right step you're on. Welcome to the world of infinity. Infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply. So, infinity is waiting for the development and expression. Don't you see this? Infinity is waiting for your development and expression. How do you develop it? Meditation. You keep on developing it with your meditation. If you meditate, it awakens. The moment it awakens, you start seeing it, you start believing it. Yes, this is there. Yes, this is working. And then your expression comes into the picture. Expression is nothing but thought. Whatever you're doing, your experiences, your words, the way you're seeing, the visions you're having, all these, the smell that you smell, or the things you taste, sounds you hear, everything is a thought for your mind. Everything is a thought for your mind. It only understands the language of thoughts. The infinite intelligence within your subconscious mind can reveal to you everything you need to know at every moment of the time and space, point of space, provided you are open minded and receptive. Yes. Did you see the two important words in this? Open minded and receptive. Without meditation, you can't be open minded. Without meditation, you can't be receptive. Why you can't be open minded? Because you're closing your mind to only certain set of things. So how can you be open-minded to everything? If you be open-minded, you can receive it from anywhere. If not A, then B. If not B, then C. You can receive it from anywhere. For both of this, for your infinite intelligence. If you want infinity, you have to become infinity. Then that is when you can see that. So receptive is something. This is based on your belief again. Lots of fears, lots of doubts. If you get rid of those, and that's when you can start receiving things, receiving help from everywhere. There are some situations, sometimes you might receive help from physical beings, but you might receive help from celestial beings, right? So solution to every suffering is cause and effect. This is the only what do we say, key point or a key concept that the book is going to revolve around, because without cause and effect this is not going to work. So he says that most of the time, why your mind is unable to take unable to be open minded, why your mind is not being able to be receptive, because there are many strong imprints. The way you suffer, if you suffer so much, there are strong imprints on your mind with which you're not able to get rid of those. If the pot is full, if you keep on pouring water, what happens? It just keep on goes out and it doesn't go in. You cannot fill the pot if it is already full. And pot is a single pot. It's a small thing. How about the ocean? So it's just the way, if you keep yourself limited, your suffering's limited, and that is when you cannot be open-minded and you cannot be receptive. Then what is the point of suffering? How do you understand that there is a solution to every suffering? Most of the times we sit in a situations called hopeless, faithless. We don't know how do we even get out of such situations, right? And that is when he says there is a solution to every suffering, and this solution can be provided by your subconscious mind. So what does it provide? Does it really provide a solution? No. Effect is your situation, whatever you are suffering. For that, it will provide a cause, it will provide a reasoning. You have did this, so you're ending up like this. You have behaved like this in this situation, so you're being now, you are getting to face this now. So most of the time we are so good at pushing on to the other people, blaming other people, or we even blame situations. And this is the most funniest thing, we even blame God sometimes, that why you have given me this life, you know. And I used to laugh, now I laugh at those things, that oh my God, what a thought process that human have and I have. So it's just that cause and effect. If you really understand cause and effect, yes, it's really hard sometimes to understand. Always it's your fault, always it's your fault. If you understand the cause, then that is what you get to see, right? It's your fault always, whatever situation it is, with whomsoever people it is. Because Your subconscious mind is only responsible for you. So it will only show you that what you can change within you, what you can be best or better with your being. That is what it is responsible for. That is what it can show you. And shrink or expand. And this is the aura. What happens is when you impress negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative emotions on your body, mind, or on your subconscious mind, you shrink. You keep on shrinking, and that shrinking is something about your aura. So you, when you keep on shrinking, you cannot just breathe in. If you cannot breathe in, you will not know your breath. So everything starts going unconscious. Everything starts going unconscious is not something that you're just fainting or like that. Your mind is not working. If you keep on expanding, that's the reason that why they say, why he just said that you have to be open minded, why you have to be just receptive, because expansion, you know what, this universe, this nature of this universe is expansion, expanding. If you work against to that, what is working against to that? Shrinking. If universe, in for every seconds or milliseconds, universe keeps on expanding, if it shrinks together, it collapses. Just the way, if we keep on shrinking, we collapse ourselves with nothing. Nothing will be left. Every negative thought, emotion, negative energy will shrink you, will shrink your energy. If when it keeps on expanding, and that is when you keep on going boundless. And just the feeling of boundless is so beautiful. And most of us, with the feeling of lying to ourselves, we don't let ourselves experience that. So he says that with this, you can heal the troubled mind and broken heart. So the next one is, your subconscious mind has the answers to all the problems. If you suggest to your subconscious mind prior to sleep, I want to get up at the exact time, and that is when it wakes you up, right? This happens most of the time for us. In the night, we think of something that, I have a very important meeting tomorrow, I have to wake up. And today it happened for me, because usually on the weekends I sleep like till 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. in the evening. And today I thought I have a session, so I have to wake up at 11 a.m. By 11 a.m. I have to wake up. Somehow I just woke at 11 and I started doing all my things. And usually, yes, that definitely works if you give it a strong thought. And for this, my mom is the biggest example. Every day, without alarm or without, so she wakes up 4 a.m. in the morning. No doubt she wakes up every day like 4 a.m. in the morning. And everyone is always surprised looking at her. How can you just wake up like that? And yes, that's the characteristic of having a strong and controlling mind, working basis. So this is something, the first introduction that author has given about what are all the next steps that we're gonna see in the later chapters of it. So he says that, now you have understood that there is something called infinity within you, and that's called subconscious mind. What is the biggest use of subconscious mind? It can help you giving the solutions to your every problem or every suffering. So it's just that solution is a reasoning cause, because if you know that this is what this has happened based on this, and you can go and change that, or you can make sure yourself that you're not committing with the same mistake again. So now he says that you understood that there is something. Now how do we work on this? How do we keep this into working? And he says that like the metal expands when heated, Just like the way whatever you impress on your subconscious mind is expressed on the screen of space as condition, experience, event. It can be anything, whatever you impress. For our eyes, this is the screen, right? This world is the screen. Whatever you are seeing, it's a screen. So everything, whatever you're getting to see, hear, talk, listen, everything, it's just based on the impression that what you're doing on your subconscious mind. Actually, in the later classes, let's even do the experiments, like how does this work. Yes, the biggest law behind subconscious mind is law of belief. So law of belief is something, your subconscious mind is the principle and works according to the law of belief. Yes, if you can't believe, how can you impress on your subconscious mind? How can you make it understand? The law of your mind is law of belief. Believe in the way your mind, this is so funny and this is very interesting. Believe in the way your mind works. To believe in belief itself. If you have a kid and your kid is not listening to you, you try it in all the ways. You hit them, you scold them, you be very cruel to them, and still that doesn't working. And after all this is my mom does. She comes into the picture in such a way that she seems to be agreeing to everything that I say. Okay, sure, definitely. As you say, let's do this, let's do that. Until just I listen to her and do what she said. And right after that, nothing doing, go and study. And just the way he is asking you to believe in the way how your belief works, to make it belief. So just go into its way and show it what to believe and make it believe. And the next one is belief of your mind is a thought of your mind. Simple. So whatever your thought is, it's not easy. If you can't believe, just experiment on this. First, start seeing what are all your thoughts. Okay, let's do this experiment for this week till the next session. And yeah, this is the experiment that I actually wanted to give. That examine your thoughts. See how many thoughts you are getting. Have a timer and see what kind of thoughts you are getting. How many thoughts you are getting. In whichever mood you are, what kind of thoughts you're getting. You're happy, and what kind of happiest thoughts you are getting. So just a way, analyze and examine your thoughts, because without doing that you don't know what to change. With those thoughts, see the communication between your mind and thoughts, how that communication is working. If I just think of something, I want an ice cream, will that work? Will ice cream come in front of me? And it can be that. But yes, if I just keep on thinking, I just want to eat an ice cream and it's a very sunny day, yes, it will come. Somehow, one of my friend will call me and again, I just went, across the street and I found this ice cream and then I got it for you. And that will work. You have to be with the feeling so thrilled. Work with your thoughts. And definitely I would love to hear from every one of you that how your thoughts have been helped you, or how your thoughts have been troubling you. So have a book. I always keep a set of books with me. I keep on writing whatever is happening within me, just like doctors write patients reports. Like that, I keep on writing what is happening within me. Okay, my mind is working this way, okay, like this, because you should know, you should have a count on everything. And belief is the biggest law. If you believe, you can start working with whatever it is. That's the language of your mind. If you believe, and that is when you start thinking. Even there is a biggest saying that if you believe to get it, and then you can get it. Belief is the first step. So that's the hardest thing where we always fail. Yeah. Why? Because all your experiences, events, conditions, and acts are the reactions of your subconscious mind to your thoughts. And the next one, believe in something which can never change, and that's the truth. Your subconscious mind is the builder of your body and can heal you and lull yourself to sleep every night with the idea of perfect health, and subconscious, being your faithful servant, will obey you. So, most of the time, we'll have chronic things, right? Cold, sinus, or uh, just sprains or little health issues, that whatever we have, most of the time we just don't go very keen and get worried about it. Okay, I'll just tell you my example that, okay, in all my departments of my life, my career, my profession, or my health, I can say something which is perfect is my health. I can say, because most of the time, me and my mom, we always fight for this. Once in a while for vacation, I go back to home India, and then for years, like after years, I go back there, and then she starts telling me that, it's been 3 years that you have been here, so anyways you don't visit doctors there, so now let's go to a doctor and have full body checkup. Then she's like, okay, if you do that, then that is when, while going back, you can carry all the medicines with you, because you don't find the same combinations here. So I'll be like, okay, I am not a patient and I don't have any health issue. Usually, whatever situation or whichever situation it is, I always keep thinking that I am healthy and I am capable of healing myself, and this is my body. I know what to do. So, just the way I used to live in Florida a couple of years ago, and it's full of sunny weather all the time. Due to the water or something, I don't know, I had face a chicken pox on my face, like literally, and I had no space, in between two scars or something like that, and I couldn't use a mirror for 6 to 7 months. I was scared of looking at. I didn't even use a single medicine, and that was the start where I've turned into vegetarian. The moment I've turned into vegetarian, all my body was under control, and now, uh, after all those days, after 2 years, my mom came to visit me a couple of months ago. The moment she saw my face, she was so shocked, like, how did this even happen? And the moment she even went into my closet, she found all the medicines she has sent me to cure my face. I didn't even open the seal, because I just think that there is nothing bigger than your energy, nothing bigger than your thought to heal yourself. Do you think the chemicals in the bottles are powerful than your energy, powerful than your thought? They are not. Whatever it is, a doctor only knows to repair your body. Doctor even doesn't know where we actually came from. They only know that baby comes out of the mother's womb. They only know if some part doesn't work, what happens. That is all they know. They even don't know from which world this baby has come from. They don't know how many days this baby is gonna live. Nothing they know. You should become your doctor. You should become your bank. You should become your everything. And that is how you start boundless self-love. If you start loving yourself limitlessly, then that is when you start loving everyone. If you start, okay, for whatever it is, now the point of knowing about the subconscious mind is, you want to achieve everything you want. That's the thing, right? That is why we are listening to this. If you want to achieve everything you want, if you want a good career, good wealth, good abundance, good house, good family, all you gotta first and foremost is you should have good health. In the manifestation, first and foremost, the rule is if you don't have a good health, it is not possible for you to expect or hope on something else, on your career, on your finance, nothing. All you got to maintain is your good health. If you're healthy, and that is when you can manifest anything, because your body will be consuming lots of energy to repair itself, to heal itself. So most of your energy is going to repair your body rather than getting you some good car or good house. If you are planning for a good car or good house, and if you're not physically fit, your energy keeps on going to your body. It is not sufficient to get that. Yes. So it was, I mean, to make you understand, I told it that it's a chicken pox, but it's not a chicken pox. It's sort of a, I don't know what even it is. So it was something. I had all my face full and I had no space. And I was a non-vegetarian. I was a meat eater, and I'm so guilty to share that. Um, I was a heavy meat eater, yeah. So what happened was, maybe because of the weather or something, I don't know, my face had everything, all the heat bubbles, and it had no space on my face. It was so worst, like very worst. I couldn't use the mirror because if I see the mirror, I was having all the tears within my eyes. That was so disastrous. I couldn't even see. So the moment I saw that on my face, I thought this is just because of meat. I should stop eating meat. I stopped eating meat. And after slowly, I started becoming a pure vegan. After vegan, I started becoming a fruitarian. The moment in the 6 months duration when I became a fruitarian, and that is when my faces came to the normal face. So every day, all I got to do was meditate and use the natural products. Natural product. I was just every second I see my face, and I used to think it is healing. It's just like a snake's skin. How do we shed it? So it was just another birth for me. It was a rebirth, and it was a and out of all I was almost that was the phase that I was even reducing weight also, because I was almost sorry about that 90 kgs like that. So I was very very heavy. Then that is when I even got down to 55 kgs, and that was something unbelievable. And like that, I had many physical transformations went on with me whenever I used my subconscious mind, because my mom was always thinking about that. Like I don't, she always used to say that I don't even know how would you reduce your weight, and you're from overweight you will become obese, like this is not fine. Because I was so fond of chocolates and ice creams. So that is what it made me. But it's very easy to use it on your health. You should have all the gut health to heal your health. So that is all I think. Hope I answered. In regards to my health issues, sure. Lavanya Varud, I think let's go to Q&A session, because I think we have many slides and we can continue in the next class.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. This is where actually someone has asked about this conscious and subconscious mind, right? So from in the next class, I think we will be able to see this. But now let's end it here and we can do that.
Thanks, Sohana. So, friends, let us know if you have any questions. You can either put your message in the chat or you can raise your hand. Feel free to do. Um, from Chandana, it's a compliment. Thanks, Sohana. The real life examples gave a good idea on the topic.
Thank you. And Lavanya, do you guys have any group for the Australia? I mean, like WhatsApp group?
Yes, we do have.
Okay, like if you like, can you add me to a group
Yes,
by
sure.
chance?
Yeah, have it. Friends, in the meanwhile, if you have any questions from MS, thanks, Johanna. Your slides are exquisite. Nice explanation. I look forward to going more deeper into these topics.
Thank you. And yeah, in the like by the next session, I want you, like, I want every one of you to experiment on your thoughts, examine your thoughts, keep doing it. We have 7 days, and we just need 5 minutes in a day. 5 minutes, that's it. It's just of challenging yourself how mindful you are. If you're not mindful, you can't capture your thoughts. So keep doing that. And definitely, um, we are on a very big project. I'm even about to announce this. So for that big project, we need every examined report of yours. So we would love to have your reports, and we appreciate that help from you. And we want every spiritual being, spiritual master in here to be very responsive, and we need it a lot interactive. So,
Suhana, with the thoughts, so what do you, I mean, how do you suggest it? Like what, like whenever you come across, when you're aware of your thoughts, you just write it down, or like you dedicate a time, like something like that, or because it's completely new to us. So just
yeah.
little more inputs onto it so that we can follow and try to do that.
Yeah. So today morning, you wake up. So you wake up with a very fresh mind. So from morning to evening, after every situation, after every person you talk, after every thing you act in, and that is how you have to validate. So today morning I woke up. After waking up, the first thing I did is I freshened up, and then I went to make some chai. I made some chai, and my sister was there. I had some conversation with her. Then after having a conversation with her, then again, I just recalled it, and I just examined, did I have a right conversation? Did I bug anyone? Or what did I actually do? And I captured it. And then again, I had Padma madam calling me. I spoke with Padma madam, and then I again examined it. Did I do something right? So you keep on capturing every situation in a day. So in 7 days, this day, because 7 days is our routine. So with the same person in a week, probably we might have we will encounter them again. This day we met them, probably someday again. So from this day to next day, did we change our way of doing it? So in whichever situation or whichever thing you feel you are faulty, you're doing some fault in this, that situations you have to capture and do it. And actually on this, I will share instruction note in the group so that you can have it for reference here.
Yeah, that will be helpful. From Chandana, everything is a thought. So, are you asking us to write that, or what I have been thinking back of mine is to be noted?
Both. I have this thought, so back of my mind I had this, Based on this, I got this. Back of your mind is your belief. So you have a thought of coming out. So with that thought, this belief I had. So now I had an intent of doing the session, but my belief was a workshop. I mean, I wanted it to be very interactive, but it went out one way, right? So it's like your thought and it's your belief. Actually, I'll share the examples properly, then you will realize, like, we have set of reports with us, so I'll share those reports and you can see those reports and do the same. It's an exercise activity basically. So I was put on the immune. Shrikant,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
going to unmute Shrikant.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Master Lavanya, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time. I'm from Karnataka, from India, from Belgaum. It's a midnight, you know that, but still,
Yes, yes, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, thank you for your patience for joining. Yeah.
have patience, madam. I don't have any words to say that. I wanted to. Usually, what happens, this is a testing period time. Some people want to test it whether it is done or not. But you have, even with having only 7 people who are on the screen who are attending this. So interestingly, it is being presented. Lavanya, I am attending. I think you might be observing me since long. I am in touch with your sessions which are conducted. So I don't have anything to say. But one Sohana has shared, Master Sohana has shared some beautiful thing about her own experience, which will be a really a wonderful news. It's unbelievable fact that she said she had was suffering from chicken pox. The face was full of that. It is true. To that extent, I am excited because, as you rightly, as she was sharing with us, the mind, subconscious mind, if it thinks half-heartedly, it doesn't work. You mean to say that's what I wanted to further clarification this particular aspect. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shrikant, Master. Sohana, so the question, Shrikant, so do you want to answer that?
Yeah, actually, I couldn't hear the question.
Yeah, I'll just once again share with you. Today, subconscious mind, when we talk about that, even half-heartedly, you share one doubt and this one, confidence and this one. There is a confusion between ourselves. Half-heartedly, we have a confidence, but we have a doubt. Right? We have a confidence, we have a doubt. That doubt itself will we believe more on doubt rather than the confidence.
Yes.
Is it what you wanted to say? Where you would like to put a strong point here? What exactly is happening in our mind?
Okay. So most of the time, what happens is, yeah. So most of the time, what happens is, I actually wanted to get a car. Then what I think, I wanted to get a car is something my confidence. Behind that, what will I have? Can I afford it? Will I be able to pay the installments? So one yes, hundreds of no. Doubts are
Yes,
no.
I fully agree with you. Fully agree. Yes, it's a fact.
So
So that is
here,
right. In that case, how to come out of
how to come out of it? So here, all we gotta do is first meditation. Without meditation, all this is like not going to work. So sir, first you have to relax your mind, meditate as much as you want. After meditating, you start helping yourself to believe on this. Yes, I am going to get it. So every time you get a doubtful thought, you get a negative thought, stay there, stop there, and make it, change it right, make it right. if you just get a thought that will I be able to afford, but then you have to stop, just have a break, and then tell it to yourself, yes, I can afford it, I will find a way. Don't get tired of explaining yourself, don't get tired of making your thoughts right, keep on doing it, it's a never ending.
In spite of giving so much of examples, madam, you must have seen many of us will again go back to the fact, naked truth is that, isn't it? How I can believe it. For example, you shared one beautiful small thing. Can I have I want to have a ice cream now. Will it come to my mind? How is it possible? This doubt is there now. That clarification, as you rightly said, we have to work on more and more with meditation, and strong belief has to be. You mean to say that's what you wanted to convey, right?
Yes, strong meditation will help you believe. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, madam. Really, you have spared a valuable time of yours. We don't have any words. In fact, as I talk to Lavanya, it is midnight
Shrikant,
for us.
sir,
But
actually, in the next sessions, you will get your answer. Like how to make yourself believe things. How can you just stop yourself and start making it right? Because it's not something I can help you with explaining it one single word. It's there is a full book on it, so I
so
have
that's
to.
what. One thing I have to believe with is how it will work. It's working on me now. You
Yeah,
said that my I was full of chicken pox. Again, I'll come back to your own wording.
yeah,
You are totally comfortable without taking any medicine.
yeah.
If it is, it's 100% sure when your weight was 90 kgs, now you have come back to 55 kgs. That's a clear indication that how mind works. That is the best example you already shared with me, right? So if you don't mind, if you show that your earlier phase and this, probably this will give more clarification.
Of course, right
Yes, sorry
now.
for that. Not an issue at all. Thank you. Not an
I'll,
issue. Absolutely. I wanted to just share it. Anyway, thank you very much for sparing your time. And it's very good session. Even a small one, it's quite understanding for us. No words. Master Lavanya, no words. Thanks. Thanks. Myself.
Thank you, sir.
but you should be uh, you should be very enough strong to watch this picture because I myself was like so scared to watch it. Mm. Okay, this was something that I was showing it to my dad. This was the condition. So this was actually after a lot coming back, like after almost 1 month of curing. So, but yeah, still I just don't want to invite such things back again. So I just leave it. I never watched them again, but that those were something saved by my dad, and he used to send me all the time that this is the progress that happened. This is the progress that happened. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Sohana. Any other questions, friends, or any feedback?
Raj Sydney, I guess. I think yeah. I think Lavanya Garu has added me to the group, right?
Yes, yes, I
So
did.
yeah, you can just text me there, and yeah, let me find out much more details about this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm wondering about your fruitarian diet. So can you tell us something about it?
Yeah. So first, I actually started becoming a vegetarian. From then, I stopped all the dairy, and then slowly I've turned into vegan. After vegan, I'm not much of a vegetables or veggie person, but I had no choice in curing my face or something. All I got to just do was every day, my meal was having a apple juice. I mean, I used to just have a blend with me and full of fruits in my fridge. And I used to just grab a apple and celery in the morning, and I used to drink that. And in the afternoon, my always favorite meal was watermelons. I used to just chop, and that was my meal. So one day watermelon, one day muskmelon, one day papaya, and then that is how I used to eat in the night. Every day I used to actually have this cantaloupe. I mean the muskmelon, or based on avocados, or based on my taste buds and all. But later on, I made a diet chart and I started following it. Yeah, combinations of different veggies and fruits, and that is all. I just did it for 1 year, and then that for that Judy Satori was my inspiration, basically. A lady who has her breakfast as sunlight and dinner as moonlight. So I was very surprised looking at her. How can a person do this? But yeah, that could help me. And I have the chat, and I'll share it to you personally.
Yeah, that will be really, I mean, good if someone wants to follow or something like, yeah. But I'm just curious, like, were you not being tempted to eat something? I mean, not like any spices. Without spices, it's quite difficult or
It's
challenging. That's what I feel.
quite difficult, and for some time it even hurt me, like my throat and everything, because fruits is full of cold, right? They are full of this thing. Yeah, but you will not have the cravings, like it's just a matter of first 1 month. If you handle first 1 month, then automatically, and then afterwards you feel so hard to eat spices.
Okay.
Then
Good to know.
like how I made is, every fruit I was eating, I used to think this is a medicine. This is a medicine. So this is going to heal me. So it's a product of a nature. So every apple, every fruit, strawberries, blueberries, like whatever I had, and every fruit I used to eat with so much love, so much happiness, and I used to feel just myself. I'm in a forest and I'm just eating like this. So I used to make myself so entertaining and all such boring things. So yeah.
So do you still continue on the fruitarian diet or like,
I just came back after a year. My mom came to visit me, and then she saw me. She was very disappointed, and she said, "You became so skinny, and I can see only bones in your body, and this is not fine. You have to eat." And then I've slowly started eating, but now I'm eating heavy. So that was a phase of life where to be frank, that year, what all spiritual knowledge I've gained is something which is not equal to all of these years. More than that.
yeah, when I see that, like, I mean, if a few days when we eat fruits, we'll be more conscious than the rest of the days. That's what I was like. Yeah.
Very live, like you'll be very mindful, very lively, and you will not even need 8 hours of sleep. You will just need only 4 or 3 hours of sleep. That can help you concentrate a lot in meditation. So that is what I found.
So you're talking about some projects. So what's that project, Suhana? So can you just share us like
Yeah.
what's your project about actually?
So project is about this is some study going on, a paper going on, that about the mind thought process. I mean body, mind, and soul together. So from the start, where's the start and where's the end? So this is all we're gonna do. So we thought let's collect all the reports to examine because we just hear the experiences, but that doesn't work. So let's make it invention, sort of a pattern, sort of. So we started doing this. So it's just collecting the reports. Not just about thoughts, even about your health issues, body, mind, and soul, everything related to it. We needed a full report, every person, because every person is unique, every person holds a value. So it's just a patent thing going on in the behind, but to make it an invention we need the life proofs, real proofs. So we thought, okay, let's do this.
So you as a team, like as it's an from your post graduation team, or like how is?
PSSM, PMC USA.
Oh, PNC USA. Okay, it's a good project actually. Yeah, it's like even everyone has the challenges. Like okay, I mean, it's not like everyone has a shades. We do not know when the shade will pitch in into us. So that's really a good way to identify, like by writing it actually. Yeah.
And the biggest problem is, just like now, we cannot provide the start and we cannot provide the end, where it started, where it is going to end, and for what kind of people, how it is starting, what kind of people, how it is ending. So to just make it a full-fledged Bible sort of. So we thought, okay, we need this for this generation. Generations have passed, and this generation, we really need to update it. So that is what I was going behind that, and I started it with the no actual support, but now we are doing it in a good team, and yeah, everyone is, and I really appreciate it, Lavanya garu. If you do like promote this in your every session, and if you want, I can just share you the exercises and reports. Then after every session, you can just tell them and share those, and whatever you receive, you can just share us.
Sure, definitely will do.
Thank you.
And probably your reports, which are with the existing reports, which you would be sharing with us. So that will give us a little more clarity so that our friends would be able to also try their effort.
Sure, I'll definitely do that right after the class. I'll find about the thoughts. We have it all in bulk, so I'll
Yeah,
find about the thoughts and I'll share it to you.
sure. Thank
Because
you.
it was
Yeah,
the exercise that we did with the biology of belief. In that session, we did these exercises. So I have those, so I'll just share it with you.
sure. From Chandana, I felt if we have less sleep, we also feel less energetic. How about you? Do you feel energetic when you have less sleep every day?
Yes, when you don't sleep, when you sleep less, you feel less energetic. Only if you don't meditate. If you meditate, you don't need, you don't require sleep. That is what I feel. If you meditate, you don't require. See, try this. I'll tell you. If it's a weekend for you, still you have one more day. Not if this is Saturday night for you. Exhaust yourself till you get very sleepy in the night. Go to your bed. If you feel that I have to sleep or else I just can't bear this, at that moment sit under the pyramid and start meditating only for 10 minutes. Okay, only for 10 minutes. For next 1 hour you can't even find your sleep. You can't even find your sleep. That is what it happens with me, and this is true. If you meditate, you lose your sleep. Like you don't feel like even sleeping, you feel very energetic. That happens.
Suhana, but for me, I mean, like, I've seen like after doing meditation, I feel so quite sleepy. I don't know why. Is it
Yeah,
because
it's
uh,
because our requirement, our need. Sometimes our body needs. Okay, this is the point of healing. If our body needs healing consciously, and that is when our healing happens in meditation. If our body needs healing in unconscious stages, and that is when we go to we feel drowsy. We feel like sleeping. Sometimes there were days I sleep 18 hours, 20 hours in a day. Sleeping is half dead. In the sleep stage, there are angels and masters aligned with your soul contract. They will be here and start healing you. And that is what it happens when you feel 20 hours, 18 hours, and when you feel right sleepy after your meditation. It says you need much more healing to be done. So either ways, like if you want it to be happened in the sleep, but I don't prefer you to sleep. If you feel sleepy also, you have to sit, continue your meditation unless and until it is healed. Because if you do it in your sleep, you're losing the wisdom that what you're about to get in that session, in that period of time. So if you continue, if you sustain and continue, and then that is when you consciously get your wisdom.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Shrikant Garu has sent a message. The session will be continued if it's and this session again the next Saturday, right?
Yeah. Yes. And it's in Sydney morning 6 a.m. and in US it's afternoon, Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
So shall we end it, or we have anyone talking still?
I don't think we have any more questions for today. Yeah. We'll let you go for today.
Yeah. Thanks, Lavanya Garu, and thanks all the Australia team. And I'm so happy to help you with this book. Actually, we had a plan of starting with a book called I've decided to live 120 years. I'm forgetting the title all the time. So that was the book we actually planned, but somehow Padma Madam asked me to choose this. So this is a very nice book and very informative book, which has been proved scientifically about every law behind it. So let's continue it in the next class. And no doubt, I'm not going to hurry up because it's a book and you should feel the taste of that book. And I can't just go on the outer lines, like the way how I read every line, every word, and that is how I want you to experience it. So whatever I'm loving in it, I am keeping it on the presentation and I'm doing it. So thank you, Lavanya Garu, and thank you all. See you next week the same time.
Thank you so much, Sohana. It's like wonderful session, and we would like to and get this knowledge and try to implement in our life instead of just listening and going. No, we want to implement. And your today's workout, I mean for our mind workout, like how to do the thoughts thing, you're going to try with our thing and we'll come back the next session. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining today.